How is it going, guys? Another day, another video, another W, right? You guys already know what it is. KANKAN dropped his new album, Way2GEEKed. It's about time. Finally, we're back with new Can album. It's crazy. So far, I've listened to it. It's pretty good so far. I haven't finished. I stopped around here, but for the most part, it's pretty beautiful. It's what I expected, but it's got a little bit like an underwater tone for some of the songs, and I really like that. I want to mention that really quickly, but yeah. If you're new here, I make music. This is my Spotify account. Go listen. My new EP is in the top 5 as well as my single. So all my new stuff is in the most popular now. I really appreciate you guys for just listening front to back. Only 7 minutes long. I would appreciate if you guys did the same, or just keep streaming it. Add to your playlist, whatever. So I actually recorded this video 3 times now, but it was 19 minutes and 20 seconds, and I'm trying to cut a little bit on time. I don't want it to be so long, so I'm going to try to explain things a lot better now that I've already done it 3 times in a row. So these beats, as you can see, these notes have a lot of tension to them. They're really close. They're right next to each other on the scale. So this is a little synth that I chose from Expand 2. It is the Metaller from Hard Leads. And we just found some notes that kind of went together in the scale that were close in the scale. So this is what it sounds like. So I added a phaser and then took out the low end on this and then lowered the volume, put some stereo separation. That kind of makes it sound more full, right? And then after that, I went into Expand 2 and opened another Expand 2 and did this upward scale, like arpeggiating type of thing. It goes up from C up to F. And I took this and then I copied it and then put it up an octave, and that's all for this. It's really simple. Just doing this or even downwards is a really good texture kind of effect to add to your beats, and it'll give it more room. It'll go it goes into multiple octaves or different octaves, and yeah. This is the Bright and Tight from Synth Brass. This is what it sounds like. And for that, we just took out some of the low end, and that's all. Just turned down the volume. We opened another Expand 2. This one is a little mallet. It's the Celeste Hard Mallet from Expand 2. We turned down the volume a little bit, put some stereo separation, took out the low end and a little bit of the highs. This is what it sounds like. For this, whenever you're putting a counter melody for bells, you can really just click in random notes and as long as they're in some kind of theme. Like this one it's the same 2 notes but from up to down, and then we go up to an A sharp, right? So you want something like that. Just mix it up a little bit and then copy and paste, right? This is what this sounds like. Really simple. Just adding more layers. Next, we open Xenology. This is a little synth brass. It's a little pluck from, or it's not a brass, it's just a synth. It's from Xenology. It's the PW pluck. And this is the melody we chose. It's really just this. So we followed this little melody, but then we took it, copied it, and then put it down an octave over here, as you can tell. So you really can use this method for a lot of things in your melody, and it's really simple. This is what this sounds like. And then in the mixer, I added some delay and took out the low end and a tiny bit of the high end as well. After that, we opened another Xenology, and this is a little brass type of bass note, right? So I wanted a bass to sometimes take over the 808, and so this is the Horn Blast from Xenology. This horn is actually crazy. This is what it sounds like. And it just gives it a cinematic type of feel, right? It gives it a really deep, distorted horn kind of cinematic sound. It just goes really hard, and it complements the bass of the 808, and then going into this, it just gives it a really good sound. Next, we opened Autogun. If you guys don't know what Autogun is, it is a free, it comes with FL Studio. auto gun from Synth Special. It is free, and it has, I think, 4 billion presets in it. It's crazy. It's insane. This was the first like generated sound that it gave me. It was the broken drone, and it kind of sounds like a weird synthy string, and I just let it play one note in this pattern. This is what it sounds like. Kind of in the pattern of like the brass, or like the horn, or like the 808s. It's kind of in that pattern, but it just plays the G. We have the volume turned down, and we have a fruity chorus on it, and we have our low end taken down. We took some low end out, a little bit of the high end as well. And then after that, we opened two instances of Expand 2, and these are just little ambience kind of pads to add to the beat. It gives it that underwater kind of feel. This is the underwater cave. This is what this sounds like. That's what that sounds like. And then this other Expand 2, this is the Didgeridoo from Ambience and Effects. Didgeridoo. It's a funny name. This is what this sounds like. It just kind of gives it like a weird underwater, like grungy sound, and it sounds synthy but like underwater, which is perfect for these KANKAN beats. We put this on the 7th mixer track, and we put a sound goodizer on it for some saturation to make it, you know, you can hear it a little bit better. And then we just took out the low end, turned down the volume a little bit, and put some stereo separation on it. Down here in this EQ, we took the low end out, boosted the mid a little bit, and then boosted the highs a little bit more. And that's it for the melody. Altogether, this is what the melody sounds like. We're gonna play that really quickly. This is what it sounds like altogether. I think that's crazy so far. Like, when you listen to this album, you get some crazy, like, high energy kind of beats for KANKAN. Even though he's really chill on them, he just goes crazy on them. So we opened our we added a hi-hat. This hi-hat and all the drums are in my drum kit. The drum kit is in the description. It is free, completely free. It's got everything you need. It's got drum grades, it's got hi-hats, it's got serum presets, it's got vocal presets. Like, it's really got everything, even one shots to use for your melodies, and even some MIDI scales and some free MIDIs that are in there. This is the hi-hat pattern we chose. It's kind of crazy. You just got to add a bunch of rolls that kind of go down in octaves. Just a bunch of rolls, right? This roll is on the clap, and then this one is on the 4 of the second bar. And then we took the same thing over here, but we put it up 2 semitones. This is what our hi-hats sound like altogether. And for those notes that go really low, we have them panned. They go from left to right to left, right? Really simple. We just took all of our notes and then clicked Alt R to randomize the panning a little bit and the velocities as well. But don't do it too much, because it'll be a little bit weird if you do it too much, unless that's what you like. For our clap, we went ahead and just started with a regular clap, but on this one we didn't put the clap on the 3. We put it on the 4, but we also put it on the end of the 3. And then we just added a bunch of accent claps. You do this a lot in like Yeet beats or Ken Carson type beats, right? And mess with the panning and the velocities a little bit, just a little bit, not too much, not to where it's like super noticeable, but just adding for some, you know, some effect. This is what our clap sounds like together. I'll play the metronome so you can understand it a little bit better. Adding that metronome just kind of gives you a better idea of what it'll sound like whenever the beat's all together. Next, we have a takeover snare. I play this on the and of the 4, and then on the and of the 4 on the 3rd bar, and then on the 4th bar we have it on the clap, which is the 3, on the and of the 3, which is half of the 3 to the 4. That's the and then we have it on the and of the 4, and then right there, in between that and the new bar. I will play that really quick. I'll play the metronome as well. So those ones are higher in velocities, and then these notes shift left to right, as well as these ones for the panning. Just, you know, for some more texture, just more space. We have this metallic open hi-hat. This is in my, or open hat. Open hat. It is in my drum kit as well. This is what it sounds like. It sounds a little bit like it's got like a clip to it, or like a cut. But it kind of, like, it's not noticeable in the beat, and it just adds, if anything. That's it. That's it for the open hat. It's just on the 1 and then on the 4 of the first bar. And then finally our 808. This 808 is kind of crazy. It is in my drum kit. The 808 is, and we just have these like little glide notes. So if you can see, we have the C, but it comes down to a G sharp. It slides down to this, and then once it gets to this G sharp, to the end of this G sharp, it goes to 0 velocity. So it kind of just cuts the 808 out, and it kind of makes it like shorter. And then we go up to a G sharp, which is basically just those notes, but I just put it up an octave. And then up to a C sharp, which follows the root of our scale, goes down to a A sharp. And then same thing over here, but we have some more glidey notes. Goes up and then back down, up and then back down. And then our last A sharp, 808, goes up to a sharp into a D sharp for the glide notes. This is what it sounds like in total. I'll play the metronome. Or actually, I don't need to. I did some gliding with the notes just because KANKAN, you know, he's got some crazy sounding kind of 808s. Or, you know, just you know, a lot of the time it's like a glitchy kind of sound. And overall, that's all for the beat. The structuring is really simple. We took out most of the melody for the start, and as well as the drums. Let that play for 4 bars, and boom, all the drums come in. We took out the 808 occasionally for our bass. Adding bass to your 808s just gives it more time and more freedom, kind of, because you don't always need the 808 going. It'll just give it, you know, some difference to the beat, and that's what a lot of people like. And we took out some of the melody for the verse kind of area, and then it just slowly automates out the volume, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully I explained everything well, but it was also a little bit faster than 19 whole minutes. I'm trying to save you guys a little bit of time, and, you know, just get you guys to watch the whole thing so that you can understand it and not have to be a pain to listen to. That's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one, and yeah, have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.